Good afternoon, Fort Recovery Middle School students and staff. This is Mr. Stahl coming at you live Friday, November 17th. Couple days till Thanksgiving here for another version of R Factor Friday. So today, a little bit different. We're going to be kind of talking very briefly about a couple of these concepts that you see on my right here on the screen. You probably have noticed some of the signage or banners. I know we have banners hanging off Main Street that you guys have probably noticed that outline some of the R Factor traits or principles that are outlined in the Above the Line book that we are kind of basing our character development program off of. There's 6 of them, as you can see here on the sign. Press pause, get your mind right, step up, adjust and adapt, make a difference, and build skill. And now we're not going to talk about all of them today, but the interesting thing that I like about this book, all right, if you've never read it, I highly suggest it, is the fact that one of the quotes in here that Urban Meyer says is that teams of all sorts, sports, not sports companies, schools, teams of all sorts either rise or fall to the level of their training. And the purpose of this book is to train people to make sure that they continually rise to that level of their training and that they have the proper training in place to handle situations that arise. Because inevitably in life, things are going to happen to you that are good and things are going to happen to you that are bad in about a 50-50 ratio. So bad things are going to happen. There's going to be bumps in the road, but this book and what we're trying to do here gives you the skills to manage those bumps in the road and to keep moving forward in a positive direction. And so the first one that we're going to talk about to hopefully help develop those skills that I've been working on, and I would like you guys to work on as well, is press pause. To me, that is one of the most important ones that we have that I struggle with because it's very easy to be instinctive or below the line with your reactions. There's a lot of different situations that arise in schools. Issues with friends, problems at home, lots of work for me. All right, I know me and the teachers, we're all very busy, but also with you as the students, and the expectations that we put on you guys are very high, and that's not a bad thing, but it is a fact that we have to deal with. Challenging game. Maybe you're preparing for a challenging opponent or working on a new offense, or maybe you're practicing a particularly hard piece of music that is presenting a challenge to you. So all of these are opportunities where we can take a minute, press pause, and kind of get our minds right before we move on. And the thing I like about press pause is that it asks you, the question that it asks you is when you deal with a situation, is what does it require of me? What do I need to do right now? I'm dealing with a very difficult homework assignment that I'm struggling with. And what is needed of me to be successful on this? And I think it makes you intentional about what you need to do to be successful. And so the 2 things that I really, really like about it here is that it helps you avoid doing something foolish or harmful. And that's something, as a student, obviously making a split, rash decision can get you in trouble. And for me, saying something to a student that I wish I could take back, obviously with that press pause is very important to kind of get your mind right and make sure that you say what you want to say and be intentional. And that's point number 2. It focuses on making you act with purpose to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So when those bumps in the roads that inevitably will happen, you have the ability to take a second, press pause, ask, what is required of me right now with this situation, and act in an above-the-line, intentional way. And so that's the basis for the number 1 up here, press pause. So if you haven't read the book, you get a chance to. It's a great book, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a rundown for number 1 of the R Factors today, and we will do some more throughout the rest of the year. So thanks, Fort Recovery Middle School, and have a great weekend.